Hello, my name is Kirioth, and today we are going to take a little look, probably fairly brief, at the Genestealer Cults Biophagus, because they are finally getting their preview. It's happening, praise the Lord. Where's the gif of the dude who waves his hands around? I don't know, I can't be asked to find it and edit it in, but you know which one I'm talking about. It's finally happening. Actual Genestealer Cults action, which is exactly what we want. So, what have we got? We have, to start with, the Biophagus, which I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing correctly, but I'm sure you will happily correct me if I'm not. And it looks solid. We saw a glimpse of this thing in the video that they put out a little while ago, and to be honest, actually seeing it in all its glory, I love this thing. Again, they've done such a good job with the Genestealer Cults in general. I feel like as a faction, they have a certain element to them. They have something about them that it all just fits together so well. It's so thematic. There's nothing that's completely out there and looks like it shouldn't be in the army. There's nothing that's overly clunky or stupid or like overly designed. There's iconography. There's things in there that clearly mark them out as being part of the Genestealer Cults, but none of it is massively excessive. It's all just right. And this is yet another example of that. So the Biophagus, I mean, it looks great. It's a great looking model. And once again, it is so clearly, recognisably Genestealer Cults, but, you know, it doesn't need to be completely overblown to show you that. It's spot on. I really like it. Like, from the improvised nature of that ridiculous, like, medical staff, the kind of little surgical light that's over one shoulder, it looks great. It's such a good looking model. And it's got a funky little thing to it as well. So it's got genomic enhancement. This model can enhance one friendly cult aberrant unit that is within 1 inch of it at the end of each of your movement phases. Roll a d6. On a 1, one model from the selected unit is slain. A little bit of a risk there. Then roll a d3 and refer to the table below to see what bonus the survivors gain for the rest of the battle. I like to see what bonus the survivors gain for the rest of the battle. A unit can only be the target of this ability once per battle. So the bonuses are +1 to strength, +1 to toughness, or +1 attacks. I like it. That's funky. It's cool. I will say the wording's a little bit... Okay, the wording's weird. So, roll a d6. On a 1, one model from the selected unit is slain. Then roll a d3 and refer to the table below to see what bonus the survivors gain for the rest of the battle. Now, I'm probably just being overly picky, like I'm probably nitpicking here and like reading more into this than there actually is, but that really, really does insinuate that if you roll a 1, you roll a d3. Now, I don't know whether that's just me like deliberately misunderstanding or like taking a worst case scenario sort of look at things, but the whole roll a d6, you know, one model from that selected unit is slain, then roll a d3, the survivors gain. I feel like it should just be like roll a d3, refer to the table below to see what bonus the unit gains, because the way it's phrased, there's a little implication there. It's not 100% clear. There's a mild implication there, to me anyway, reading it for the first time, that a model has to be slain for the next stage to happen. I don't think that's correct. I don't think you have to roll a 1 in order to use this ability. I don't think you have to have a unit, like a model from the unit die in order to get the bonus. I don't think that's how it works at all. I think you just get that regardless. But the way it's phrased is a bit weird. It's a little bit odd. And perhaps could maybe be reworded slightly so that it doesn't make it look as though you have to lose a dude for that to take effect. I realise that's probably just me reading too much into it, but there is something about that is not 100% clear, and I feel like it could be 100% clear. So they can also be accompanied by a medical minion in the form of an Alchemicus Familiar. Loving the names. Once per battle, this handy assistant will enable their Biophagus master to roll 2d3 for the genomic enhancement ability and choose which result to apply. This enables you to better customise your aberrants to the enemy at hand. And the little lad, look at him, look at that. Love it. Absolutely ludicrous. The cartoony like bottle of alchemical goodness that he's got there. That is maybe a bit daft. I'm not going to lie. I think that might be a bit silly, but I still really like it. It has charm. It's got squig-like charm, let's put it that way. Maybe not the most serious model I've ever seen, but it does have that little touch of goofy but fun. So he also has the Biophagus. Just in case you need to slap a lad with your Biophagus. He has an injector goad, which presumably is that big old staff with the syringes sticking out of it. It is a melee weapon, +1 to strength, 0 AP, D3 damage. This weapon always wounds on a 2+, unless it is targeting a vehicle or Titanic unit. I'd love it if it wounded a Titanic unit on a 2+, that'd be awesome. If a character loses any wounds as a result of an attack with this weapon, roll a d6 for it after all the various attacks have been resolved. If the result is higher than that model's wounds characteristic, it suffers d3 mortal wounds. I like that. Good, nice support character, and then if someone does get close, you have a chance of just slashing the shit out of them with some syringes on a stick. Excellent work. I like this guy. I like it. I like the genomic enhancement. I like the model. The model looks great. The little familiar is a little bit silly, but I still enjoy it. I think you can still like a model even if it is, a little bit daft. And that one I'm liking. It looks good. So yeah, that is I'm assuming the first of the Genestealer Cults preview. No doubt as soon as this video goes live, they will unleash another one upon us, thus rendering this one even more out of date than it already is, because this came out yesterday. But we will cover that when it happens. I'm looking forward to this, actually. Genestealer Cults, I never used to be that fussed about Genestealer Cults, but with the characters they've shown off, with the bikes, the quad bikes, and just looking at them with a kind of, I guess, a fresh eye in terms of their design and the kind of the theme of them, they've grown on me a lot. They were previously if you like them, you like them, I'm not too fussed faction, but I'm kind of slowly coming round to actually really appreciating just the way they are in general as a whole. It's an army I've never been that interested in, but I don't know. There's something about some of the more recent models that are going to be released, or in the case of the stuff that was in Tooth and Claw, has been released, making them look quite interesting, and it's making me appreciate them a little bit more than I did before. So hopefully we'll see more Genestealer Cults previews coming out of the Warhammer Community site soon, and of course when we do, we will take a look at them. For now though, that's the Biophagus. I really like the look of him. Let me know what you think of the lad in the comments, along with his little familiar. Like, don't like, love, hate, anything in between. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click any of the things, Patreon video, subscribe, all that shit. Click it if you like, don't click it if you don't want to, and I will see you for the next one. Toodaloo.